This is a tarot reading for the sun sign Gemini for the year 2016. I will be doing a month-wise reading, and therefore I will be taking out 12 cards corresponding to every month in the year, starting with January, February, March, April, going till December. In this reading, we will see what are the area which are looking good for a Gemini, what is it coming as a caution, what is the guidance overall coming for the sun sign Gemini. So let us see how the cards are. So this is the month of January, February, then March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. Now, once I see the cards, we will also see them how the theme or how the cards are looking quarter wise. So quarter wise, the first quarter will be January, February, March, quarter 2, April, May, June, July, August, September is quarter 3, and the last quarter, the quarter 4, is October, November and December. So let us see how the months are looking and how's the year looking 2016 for the sun sign Gemini. So when I look at the first three cards, when I look at them as a theme, it really is telling me that Gemini is going to enter 2016 on a very good note, because if you see, this is a card which is King of Pentacles, someone who's enjoying a lot of money, lot of riches, and is just having a very good life. And then it seems that you will stick to the old and tested tried methods. You will stick to the kind of career that you've always held on to, kind of tactics or strategy you have used in your business which has brought success to you. I am seeing there will be some kind of a gap or resistance to a change, because your earlier tested tried methods have delivered a lot of good result for you. And then I see a lot of help for the community, generally feeling good about people and developing that sense of love for the world. So this is usually a card which comes from a very higher sense of achieving the material goods, and then just developing a very evolved soul really. So when I look at the quarter, so quarter is looking very nice. So we'll now understand individually how the months are looking. So when I look at King of Pentacles in the month of January, it's just telling me that some of you, if you have your rating cycle, if you're working, if you're salaried people, if you have a rating cycle from the year January to December, it's just looking like you will get a promotion in the January 2016, because this is someone who's worked very hard, which is suggested by the mountain goat behind him. And this mountain goat is someone who will work long and hard and climb the steepest of mountains. So it's telling me that you have worked very hard and this is the time to enjoy and reap fruits. So you will enter the year on a very good note. If you run a business, it's good to say that your successes from the past year will continue. You will continue to enjoy the riches. If you see, there is a red berries which is suggesting prosperity. So I am seeing immense money and prosperity continuing or coming to you in the month of January. And King of Pentacles is someone whose mind and heart is very grounded. So this is also a very good family card, which suggests that you will be able to provide for your family very well. So this is the energy of King of Pentacles. In the month of February, it's telling me that you, while with your successes and your experimentations with things, is just telling me that you may want to just resist taking up something new. And the reason for that resistance looks like your past success. You will feel that it is good to rely on something that you have tested, done, and found success with, then try out something new. So this will be a card of a bit resistance. So while that ideology is right, that you, since you have found success in the earlier tried and tested ways, there is never it can be too harmful to just try out something new. So you could always take a calculated risk. This is also telling me a travel which will come towards late February. So you could be looking at a travel possibly after the first fortnight of February. So moving towards February and March, you should be looking at a travel to a new place. This is the energy coming from the reverse three of wands. And when I look at March, it's just telling me that all the riches, all the material prosperity of just finding good success on your shoulders, it is going to make you a much, much nicer and a kinder person. So when you look at the card of Temperance, this is the energy of an angel. So you will almost become like an angel. If you see there is a halo around behind this person's head, and he is in no hurry, he is giving back to the society with lot of leisure. So I do see a lot of philanthropy work, lot of work towards the humanity, or generally just being there for people, hearing them out. So a very good card coming in the month of March. So when I look at this card, which is three of wands, which is reverse, it's telling me that a travel may not necessarily be career related. So when I look at this card, it's telling me that you could just, some of you could go for some United Nations peace program. Some of you could just travel for, some like the way people would take a break from their work for 2, 3 months and go for some kind of a charity or shelter work to a different country. So that is what is coming out in the month of March. You could always look at that as an option. So quarter one is looking very nice. There is so much riches and comforts coming to you. You will resist something new coming your way, but the idea of doing tarot is to have an insight into the future and just be able to work on an energy which we could be unknowingly resisting or blocking. So while this comes out that you could be resisting something new, so the good is that just take a calculated risk and just see how the new things work out. It does also travel, suggest travel, and it looks more like a travel which would be more for a peace corp or traveling to some nations, just trying to be of help and doing volunteering work. So that is what is coming out in the quarter one. Now let us see what is the quarter two, which is April, May and June. What are they looking like? So this is the card for April. Very nice. Then May and June. So the first card that I am really seeing is the card of ultimate promotion. So you have worked very hard, and while there was an opportunity, while there was a thought at the back of your mind to give up, this card is just telling me a very big promotion is due to you. What is very nice is that Gemini is getting a promotion card in the month of January, which is 2016, and a good wealth coming their way. And I see one more promotion card which is coming up in the month of April. Again, a lot of people who are salaried get their appraisals and promotions, in the month of from April to March and April of the next year. So April 2016, a lot of you who are expecting promotions, it just is a very, very good sign that promotions are in your favor. So continue doing the good work, and most likely you should get promoted. This is also a card of engagement. So a lot of you who are in a relationship and you are expecting, if you're a female and you're expecting a ring, most likely you will get the ring. The guy will propose to you, and looking good overall. Nice April coming up for Geminis really. Now, when I look at the card which is Five of Cups. Now, Five of Cups is someone who's worked very hard. So, if you look at this card, first of all, the energy of this card is mm, very strong, because if you see, he's wearing a black robe. So, you can't really see what is the problem, why is his head bowed. But it is quite easy to understand that he is definitely regretting the three cups which have fallen on the ground. So what it is telling me is that you may face some kind of disappointment in the month of May. But the good part is these cups have just fallen. They are not broken. So all he probably needs to do is just pick these cups up and place them all together standing in the correct position. So it just did. And another thing what he needs to do is just turn around and also give equal importance to the two cups which are standing behind. So when I look at this card, it's first of all the energy of regretting too much or feeling too sad when such a outpour of grief is not required. So Five of Cups is saying that whatever the damage has happened or whatever the disappointment may have come to your way, it is definitely not as big as you think it is, because this is a very containable damage. If you see these cups, as I said earlier, these cups are not broken, they have just fallen. So all he has to do is just pick them up, keep them back in the same way, and then continue with life. So that is what it is mostly looking like. So when you see this card in the month of May, it's just telling me that while there could be some kind of a repair work you may need to do, whether it's in relationship or it could be at work, it is something very manageable. This is not the energy of great disappointment. So you should not become greatly depressed or sad about certain loss that you may have in the month of May. So this is how it's looking for the May, and let's see June. So June is a card of endurance. It's really telling me that your workload is going to increase. Of course, if you get a promotion in the month of April, or if you get a promotion in the month of January, your work is going to pick up. So it is telling me that you will find it very difficult to maintain a balance between your professional and personal life, but it's not something very difficult. You will be able to manage that balance. And it is also a card of endurance. So it's just saying that you will have to endure having to work so much, and also endure to having to just bring out and give some time to your family. So while that may leave you exhausted, but it is a good card. It is a card of endurance. It will test you to your limits, but nothing that you can't deal with. So this is a good card again in the month of June. Now let us see how's the quarter 3 looking for the Gemini. We have a July, August and September. Now what is coming out is, if you see, the theme or the thought seem to continue from the month of June. Uh, if you see here, the person seems to be working really hard and he's really struggling to make things happen. And there are these two coins where he just seems stretched. So there's limited money and you are feeling the stretch. And then when you look at the card in July, I get the card which is Seven of Pentacles reversed. It's just telling me great impatience. So it's like you would have put in your 90% of effort, but you seem to get very impatient just at the end of the time when somewhere this work is going to be discussed or recognized. So the good thing is that we are able to see this energy beforehand, and you can totally make it work for you. So one thing you'll have to keep in mind is that July is the month of having great patience and not just get worked up that things are not happening fast enough. Or see, end of the day, a tree is going to bear fruit. It will not bear fruit faster than you think or slower than you want. It's going to bear it at the natural biological time that it has to do it. So your work will get recognized in due time. Your work will get recognized in the due time, provided you give it enough time. So haste is not going to help you. So this is a card of impatience which is coming in July. So one thing you should totally do is that have faith in your work, give it some time, and it will get recognized in the due course. Now when I look at the card which is the August, it is telling me 10 of swords and it is a reversed card. One thing which is very good is that this is a reverse card which is telling me that all the conflict and the pain that you may be having, which could come from the grief of not getting due recognition, which you could be expecting in the month of July. It's just telling me in the month of August you will start to make peace with your conflict, because this is a reversed card and it's telling me your swords are starting to fall out. So while if this card would have been straight up, it would have meant that there is a great deal to worry. But the good part is this is come as reverse. So it's just telling me that these swords are going to fall off, and whatever the conflict you felt or the conflict you endured, that conflict is going to start to ease. So August is looking very good. My very strong suggestion is, if you want to make this conflict easy and to something easy to deal with, you should look for a break in the month of August. You should take a break and go to some place nice. Now September is the card of Five of Pentacles. Now this is a card of one thing we have to really appreciate. Just the way there is a success, there will be hardships. So this is telling me a card of testing. This card of having to go out all alone and to prove yourself. Really, sometimes we get thrown into situations which are totally unexpected. So this is the card which is telling me that there will be some kind of unexpected challenge or difficulty that could come your way. But the best part is that it's not going to kill you. It will definitely test you to the end. It could also mean that you would fail at something quite a lot of times before you can make a success out of it. So this is a good energy card. This is a card of learning. So really it's telling me that you will land up making quite a couple of mistakes in September, and that hardship will look unbearable. But the good part is that it is not an unbearable card. It is just a learning card. We have to understand, just the way there are ups, there are downs. So this is the card of Five of Pentacles, which is coming in September. Now let us see what is in October, November and December. What is good about these cards is that the last three quarter, the fourth quarter, which is your October, November, December, is just telling me you are so focused on your career and your money and just making all the accumulation. So Gemini seems to get into 2016 with a lot of promise, really. So while there will be a lot of learnings which will be there, a lot of balancing act that they will have to do, a lot of patience that they will have to hold. There is some kind of ease of pain that will happen, some hardships, unexpected, expected, some failures that will come your way. But the good part is Gemini is so committed to making good money. You are someone so focused on paying attention to the detail and creating immense load of wealth for yourself. I am just seeing, coins. It's just telling me that you will be able to create a very good bank balance if you continue to work and pay the kind of attention you pay to your work. So October is looking like continuing with good work. This is also a card of trust. It is telling me that a lot of you want to spend time in the family, you will be flowing in lot of trust and love into the relationship. So this is again a very good card of having a good family time and not really taking anything for granted, whether it is your business which is doing well or a family where you're very happy with. This is a card of not taking anything for granted and just working your way through. So a good energy card coming in the month of October. November is crowning again. I see a crown, I see a throne, and then there is a wand. So it's just telling me career wise, there is a crowning. You will possibly move into a good leadership position. You could, some of you who are into individual roles, you could very well move into a team managing role in the last quarter. So good signs really coming for the Gemini. If you see, the King of Wands is also someone who's very diplomatic. He's not someone who's going to tell you directly, call spade a spade. He is going to tell it to you in a lot of different ways, tell it to you in a way you understand it very well. So King of Wands is all about bringing the best out of people and really handling and motivating people. So I see this energy. It's telling me that it's very likely that you could move into a nice leadership position where you will be handling a team. Another energy with this card is about a very good marriage. So when I see this in October, which is flowing in and not taking relationships or money for granted and working very hard, and then I see this card, which is King of Wands, it's just telling me some of you are putting a lot of effort into a good marriage. You want that marriage to be so healthy and strong. So when I see the King of Wands, it's just telling me that marriage is in good space and a lot of you will continue to enjoy the good marriage that you have. So again, a good card really coming up in the month of November. Also, if you are someone young and starting a new career, you could look at some nice person or a boss who will guide you through, and this person will pretty much have solution to everything. King of Wand is someone who's very creative and they will pretty much have us answer to everything. So you should also look for a guidance from someone who is more like a King of Wands. So maybe if you have a boss, if you're an Aries, or sorry, if you're a Gemini and you have a boss, you probably think would resemble someone like this. November is the month to really take that guidance, to focus on working very closely with your boss and learning some leadership tips from them. So looking good in the month of November. December, you're going to end so well. This is someone who has all the money. They are so content and they're just enjoying their money. So this is also a card of having it all and then just spending it on yourself and your family. Only caution with this card is that don't get too carried away with your bank balance. Don't just spend time with your money yourself and automatically land up isolating yourself. So other than that, this card is actually about getting heavily rewarded, reaching a position of comfort and contentment. What a beautiful card to really end the year. So when I see Four of Pentacles in December and I see King of Pentacles in January, is just telling me that while you will start the year on a good note and with lot of rewards, you will end the year on equally good note with lot of contentment and comfort. So overall looking good for Gemini in the year 2016.